Chinese Advanced Persistent Threats, A Threat to the United States Energy Sector by Joel Su. This is my final presentation for Political Science 6210. I will email PowerPoint. The bluff. Straight up, there is a moderate to high risk that the People's Republic of China poses a significant risk to the United States energy sector. The reason for this is that they already have hacked the United States energy sector and demonstrated a willingness to steal our technology. The U.S. and the People's Republic of China are currently engaged in a struggle, in a competition to see who will control technology, the better technology for energy, and who has the resources. That is why there is such a high risk to the energy sector. Capabilities. The capabilities of the People's Republic of China lie mostly in what is known as advanced persistent threats, which are undetected cyber attacks designed to steal sensitive data, conduct cyber espionage, or sabotage critical systems over a long period of time. The purpose for this is that they want to remain dormant, and the dormancy is really what makes the risk factor extremely high for the United States energy sector. In particular is that they're essentially work as sleeper cells where through one intrusion or another, they can access an infected computer system when it needs to become operational, which leads us to intentions. The long-term strategy of the PRC is to do one thing, which is espionage. In turn, this allows them to remain dormant in systems, and infected computer systems can be operational in times of tension or conflict. They can easily attack our energy grid and shut off major access to both electricity and to oil pipelines. And this can jam our communication systems, which affects our readiness, and it affects the United States' ability to respond to threats. And moreover, just on the energy grid point, I want to mention that by shutting off the energy grid in the United States during, for example, an invasion of Taiwan, the People's Republic of China would be able to strong-arm the U.S. into focusing on domestic issues while at the same time trying to hack more systems or to launch an offensive, right? So this is sort of like a double V campaign where the U.S. is both trying to figure out the cluster bomb that the People's Republic of China placed in the United States in the domestic sphere, and also at the same time trying to respond to an international crisis, such as maybe the invasion of Taiwan. And the risk scenario. Like I mentioned earlier, the operational dormancy is really the key risk scenario because of the truth is that we don't really know to what extent the People's Republic of China may or not have penetrated the United States energy sector. And that in itself is very risky because, in particular, they're looking to steal United States technology, which is what keeps us ahead of them. But by them stealing that technology from the private sector, they're able to shrink the gap of competition and able to better compete with the U.S. Having a leg up in terms of energy production and consumption and also technology allows us to have a more superior military fighting fleet. But when that technology becomes stolen, that gap shrinks. And lastly is the intelligence gaps and confidence levels. It's really hard to know sometimes what we don't know, in part because a lot of the United States energy sector is privatized and decentralized, meaning that we buy a lot of the technology and a lot of the innovation from private companies as a country. This in turn poses significant risk and also makes operational dormancy of APTs a serious threat because of the decentralized nature. Companies don't know oftentimes that they're being hacked or being monitored by APTs. And in conclusion, this also causes them to be able to not report because they don't know that they're being hacked, and also because the fact is that as opposed to the United States, private companies don't have the best cyber defense system, and they're also incentivized to stay quiet about it because they don't want competitors to know they're weak or potential buyers, which in this case is the United States, to know that they have significant security risks in their system that threaten the secrecy of the technology that they're purchasing. Because this information is proprietary and classified, companies often have incentives to not disclose this information, even though by law they're supposed to do that. And the truth is that no one really knows how penetrated the United States energy sector is, and therefore it becomes difficult to assess to what extent there is a risk in the United States energy sector from the People's Republic of China. My thought is that it is penetrated, and that there are certain examples, such as in Irvine, California, there was a cybersecurity firm that published how the People's Republic of China was in particular stealing secrets of deep water petroleum mining, which is a big national concern for the People's Republic of China due to the fact that a lot of their technology and military technology still runs on oil, and the fact that securing petroleum is a valued national interest of theirs makes it so that we think that this is going to be a continuous and pervasive problem, and will also threaten the future of the U.S. energy sector.